A king had a beautiful garden with a special tree. The tree grew golden apples. Every night one apple disappeared. The king was very angry about this. He ordered the gardener to watch the tree all night. The gardener sent his eldest son first. At midnight, the eldest son fell asleep. In the morning, another apple was missing. The second son tried to watch the tree. He also fell asleep at midnight. The youngest son wanted to help. The gardener was worried but finally agreed. At midnight, the young man heard a noise in the air. A beautiful golden bird flew down to the tree. The bird tried to take an apple with its beak. The gardener's son shot an arrow at it. The arrow didn't hurt the bird, but the bird dropped a golden feather and flew away. The young man brought the feather to the king. Everyone said it was worth more than all the kingdom's wealth. But the king wanted the whole bird, not just one feather. He sent the gardener's eldest son to find it. The eldest son walked into the woods. He met a fox sitting by the side of the road. The fox offered good advice about finding the golden bird, but the son didn't listen and shot at the fox. The fox ran away into the woods. The eldest son continued his journey alone. In the evening, he reached a village with 2 inns. One inn was beautiful and full of music and dancing. The other inn looked poor and dirty. The eldest son chose the beautiful inn. He ate and drank and enjoyed himself. He forgot all about the golden bird and his mission. Time passed and the eldest son never returned home. The second son decided to search for him. The second son also met the fox and received the same advice, but he didn't listen either. When he reached the village, his brother called to him from the beautiful inn. He went inside and forgot everything too. The youngest son wanted to search for his brothers and the bird. His father was afraid to let him go. Finally, the father agreed. The youngest son set out into the wide world. In the woods, he met the fox. The fox gave him the same good advice. The youngest son thanked the fox and didn't try to hurt it. The fox was pleased. The fox said to sit on its tail to travel faster. They went over stock and stone very quickly. When they reached the village, the son followed the fox's advice. He stayed in the shabby inn all night. The next morning, the fox came again with more advice. It told him about a castle with sleeping soldiers. The fox warned him about 2 cages. The golden bird was in a wooden cage, but a beautiful golden cage stood nearby. The fox said not to move the bird to the golden cage. The young man should leave it in the wooden cage. They traveled together to the castle. Everything was exactly as the fox had said. The young man found the golden bird in the wooden cage. The golden cage looked so much better. He thought it would be strange to carry such a fine bird in a shabby cage. He moved the bird to the golden cage. Immediately, the bird screamed loudly. All the soldiers woke up and caught him. The next morning, the court judged him. They sentenced him to die unless he brought them the golden horse. This horse could run as fast as the wind. If he brought it, he could have the golden bird. The young man set out again, feeling very sad. Suddenly, the fox appeared and scolded him. The fox said this happened because he didn't listen, but it would help him one more time. The fox told him where to find the golden horse. A groom would be sleeping next to it. He must take the horse quietly. He must use the old leather saddle, not the golden one. The young man sat on the fox's tail again. They traveled quickly to another castle. Everything was as the fox said. The groom was snoring with his hand on the golden saddle. But the young man thought the horse deserved the beautiful golden saddle. He decided to use it. As soon as he touched the golden saddle, the groom woke up. He cried out loudly and the guards caught the young man. The court sentenced him to die again, but they made him an offer. If he brought them the beautiful princess, he could live. He would also get the bird and the horse. The young man felt very sad, but the old fox came and offered help again. The fox told him about a castle where a princess lived. At midnight, she went to the bathing house. He should give her a kiss and she would follow him, but he must not let her say goodbye to her parents. They traveled together to the castle. At midnight, the young man met the princess and kissed her. She agreed to go with him, but she cried and begged to say goodbye to her father. At first he said no, but she cried more and more until he finally agreed. When she entered her father's house, the guards woke up. They caught the young man again. The king gave him one last chance. He must remove a huge hill that blocked the king's view. The young man worked for 7 days, but the hill was so big he made almost no progress. On the 7th day, the fox came. It told him to sleep while it worked. In the morning, the young man woke up. The entire hill was gone. He went to the king happily. The king had to keep his word and give him the princess. The young man and the princess left together. The fox met them on the road. The fox said they could have all 3 things: the princess, the horse, and the bird. The fox told him exactly what to do. When they gave him the princess, he should shake hands with everyone. He should shake hands with the princess last. Then he should lift her onto the golden horse and ride away quickly. Everything went perfectly. He got the princess and the golden horse. The fox gave him another plan for getting the bird. The young man should ride to the castle alone. When they brought out the bird, he should ask to look at it closely. Then he should ride away with it. This plan also worked perfectly. They got the bird and the princess mounted the horse again. They rode to a great wood. The fox came and asked the young man to kill it and cut off its head and feet. The young man refused to hurt his friend, so the fox gave him 2 warnings. He should not rescue anyone from the gallows, and he should not sit down by any river. The young man thought these were easy rules to follow. He rode on with the princess. When he reached his village, he heard a great noise. 2 men were going to be hanged. As he came closer, he saw they were his 2 brothers. They had become robbers. He asked if they could be saved. The people said he must pay all his money to free them. Without thinking, he paid the money. His brothers were freed and joined him on the journey home. When they came to the cool woods, his brothers suggested resting by the river. The youngest son agreed and forgot the fox's warning. While he was relaxing, his brothers came behind him. They pushed him down the riverbank. The evil brothers took the princess, the horse, and the bird. They went to the king and claimed everything as their own. There was great celebration at the castle, but the horse wouldn't eat, the bird wouldn't sing, and the princess cried. The youngest son fell to the bottom of the riverbed. Luckily, it was almost dry, but his bones were nearly broken. The old fox came and scolded him for not following its advice, but it couldn't leave him there. The fox told him to hold its tail tightly. It pulled him out of the river. The fox warned him that his brothers wanted to kill him. He should disguise himself as a poor man. The young man dressed in poor clothes and went secretly to the king's court. As soon as he arrived, everything changed. The horse began to eat, the bird began to sing, and the princess stopped crying. He went to the king and told him about his brothers' wickedness. The brothers were seized and punished. The young man received the princess as his bride. After the king's death, he became heir to the kingdom. Many years later, he walked in the wood. The old fox met him and begged him with tears to kill it. Finally, the young man agreed and cut off the fox's head and feet. In a moment, the fox changed into a man. It was the princess's brother who had been lost for many years.